Today we are going to talk to Cardiff Metropolitan University. Located in Cardiff, we're going to meet with Nicola Brabyn. She's the US champion for that university. And we're going to hear a lot about the sports broadcasting degree, the MSc that they offer there. So that is a master's level course, but it's good to know some of the offerings and the specialities of that department for all the students at different levels. In this section, we will also talk a lot about the application process. So you'll learn about the 3 different ways you can apply. Don't worry, they're all really straightforward. It's just good to know what they are and what the different steps are. We're all about transparency and clarity here in Wales. So we'll make sure we make that as clear and simple and straightforward as possible for you.
I'm Nick Brabyn and I'm a regional manager, a part of the global engagement team at Cardiff Met. It basically means I have the really nice task of looking after inquirers all the way through to applicants to join in the university, but particularly in the Americas and Africa. So something that's really great is I see the whole journey of the student. So that's something quite unique in our roles, but something I've done for quite a long time now, particularly at Cardiff Met. So we're in Cardiff, the capital city of Wales. Cardiff Metropolitan is a more career-focused, vocational type university. Most people would know us more around the kind of polytechnic type old school titles. We've had many names over that time. So we've been South Glamorgan Higher Institute, we've been UCAS, and then we became Cardiff Metropolitan in 2012. And we do a lot of different things. We primarily have schools of art and design, education and social policy, management, technology, and sport and health sciences. So a little different to some of my colleagues with the kind of programs we have in those specialisms. I would say the kind of students that we attract to the subjects specifically. So we have lots of creative kind of subjects, your kind of humanities around everything from drama, English, creative writing. And then obviously sport is a big area that we kind of recruit in, particularly from the US and Canada, where we have a very study and play focus. So the idea being that they can still perform to a high level, but also come and study. I would say we're lucky in Wales. We have a university for every type of student. Our research is around our subjects, so very different to say a more science engineering-led university like Swansea or Cardiff. Cardiff have medicine. We don't have those programs. So we have more the other side of health sciences, your dental techs, your healthcare sciences. So again, I think we just have a slightly different type of student. And we're quite good with our entry requirements and things like that, which means we can look quite individually at a person. So just because their GPA wasn't as high as they wanted in their diploma, if they've done well in something like SATs or ACT or an AP, then that outrides some of that. So we make it very case by case and very specific to the person. And we're quite lucky that we have a bit of more flexibility in the kind of courses we can offer in that kind of situation.
So international students come over here for a myriad of reasons, but one of the questions that we always get is, I can't afford it. How can I afford this? What do you say to them about that?
I think I go straight into the fact that I highlight our fee straight away. So for like an undergraduate study, it's 12,500 British pounds per year. And then you throw in for 3 years. And everyone goes, what?
and that's about what, 14,000 US dollars per year? I mean, 14, 15 maybe.
Yeah. And all of a sudden they go, whoa, 3 years, what's that about? And then I have the lovely kind of delivery of saying, all those general edge subjects that you normally have to do, you do not do. You just focus on what you want to study. Hence why we zoom it into 3 years. Then you throw in then that your masters can be 1 year and not 2. And the only 2-year masters we do is actually an extra year of internship that is normally paid. And that's only in a few subjects. So you say, so in 4 years, you would have done your undergraduate, your masters and postgraduate. But then I also then throw out a little luxury that I have, which is we do have small scholarships that we offer our students. So we offer up to about 2,000 depending on the kind of program they're going for example. We use the higher end for some of our more specialist subjects, or if they're a more performance athlete coming in. So the price starts coming back down. So you then like, I've saved £6,000 over 3 years and a year of my life. And then, so again, it's just like building a big sandwich for them.
Hello, I'm Joe Towns. I run the sport broadcast here at Cardiff Met. When I say here, this is actually, I'm at home now filming this on a mobile phone, so apologies for the quality, but we're all working from home at the moment, as you know. So with the help of some videos, I'll be talking you through what we do with the sport broadcast course, who we are, what we teach, how we teach it, and how we blend so much practical, dynamic, vocational, hands-on learning with all the relevant ethical and theoretical areas that you need to cover to prepare you for what is a fast-moving, ever-evolving sports broadcast media industry. And I can say, as someone who's worked in the sports broadcast industry for the past 20 years, it's a really exciting career to go into, and I'm really enjoying helping to shape the next generation of sports broadcast practitioners. The modern content creator, the modern sport broadcaster needs. The media industry is now multi-platform, it's digital first. So we're trying to create digital storytellers, graduates who are comfortable gathering information in different ways, on different formats, communicating on different platforms, and graduates who understand how different audiences, different age groups, different demographics have very different needs. And so you need to understand your audience or what platform you're broadcasting your content on. They say that content is king, but really distribution is King Kong. You know, you could write the best article in the world, or you could edit the most brilliant montage. But if you don't know how to get that in front of people, if you don't know how to find an audience, then it was barely worth making. So you need to understand how to get your content out there. And that's something we cover as well. We do live, we do news, we do audio, podcasting, we do video, we do short form features and long form storytelling. We do law and ethics, the serious stuff, and we do hype and entertainment, the fun stuff. So how do we do it? Here's how the course is broken down, organised and assessed. Welcome to the Cardiff Met Sport Broadcast MSc Masters Programme. I'm Joe Towns, the Programme Director. The guy on the drone is Lucas, our technician and all-round media wizard. And we're here to help make you industry ready. What does industry ready mean? Well, these days you need to be multi-skilled and ready to work across all platforms. This is a Masters with a vocational focus designed to prepare you for a career in sports media and production. To make you industry ready, we'll set you real-world industry tasks using industry tools every single week.
I'm Ollie Thompson. I did a Masters in Sports Broadcast here at Cardiff Met. And as part of one of the modules, the work experience module, I worked at Cardiff City off the back of last season. And having done that, they then liked what I was doing and gave me a job working for them this year in the Premier League. Yeah, so my title at Cardiff City is media producer. Within that, I work alongside the first team on weekend match days. So at home I will work with fan engagement and film an hour and a half before kickoff, just with around the concourses, filming any fun stuff with any of the children or bands which play at the ground prior to kickoff. And then also 10 minutes before the end of the game, I will then go down to the press conference, set up the press conference camera, and then film the press conference ready to be edited and sent out to Cardiff City TV. On weekends, I will then also go home and away with either the development, academy or women's teams. And with that role, I will then film match coverage and then edit it myself, and then also put a voiceover ready to then get put out onto Cardiff City TV as well. So the things I learned last year were definitely camera work, which without the likes of Lucas showing me my way around a camera, I wouldn't be able to do the basics of the job that I'm doing this year with Cardiff City. They also helped me with script writing, making sure that I bring my story across to the people watching the videos, and also just working my way to becoming a Predator producer editor, and being able to tell my story and put my visuals across to a wider audience at Cardiff City.
So there are lots of different ways you can actually apply to the universities in the UK, which possibly doesn't make your job and research easy, but we're going to try and refine that as quickly as we can in the different options that you can do. So the most popular for coming to study in Wales or the UK would be UCAS. UCAS. It's a great resource for students because you can do everything from searching the kind of course you want to do and where it's available. It's alphabetical, it's not ranked, so just be aware that the first university you see is the first one in the alphabet, not necessarily the highest ranked. It allows you to go in and do a bit of research on each of those courses and see a little bit more about entry requirements, for example. UCAS allows you to have 5 choices, so you can pick 5 different universities in the same course that you're looking to study. Now, if you're looking at medicine and dentistry, it's a slightly different process. You can only apply to 4 universities and then have a backup in, say, a science subject like biomedicine or something similar. Now, with medicine and dentistry, you need to apply by the 15th of October. So it's a much shorter window for you to apply through UCAS for those courses because they're so competitive. Anything else is quite simple. The 5 choices are there. And I usually say to a student, if you are thinking of going for loads of different courses, you might be a drama student, but you're also thinking about business, UCAS is not the way to do it. And that's because you only have one opportunity to write one personal statement for that application. So my quick top tips on that is never mention the university you're applying to in your personal statement in UCAS. We all see the personal statement and we cry a little when we see a different name to our own. The second thing is make it very specific to the course you're studying. This is why I said don't apply through UCAS for 2 very different courses, because you wouldn't be really able to sell yourself and show your knowledge of the subject you're going for in just a 400-word essay. And also share some of the other experience you have as well. And that would be more around some of the more kind of other things you do. So not too much about swimming badges and everything else, but in some courses, we're looking at all layers. So we're looking not just at your academic, but maybe you're an all-rounder. Maybe you have some experience that's relevant for the program you're applying for. So this is a great opportunity to kind of write it and put it all in one place. So the next option around UCAS is that you then pick a first and second choice. They call it a firm and insurance. So it's where you really want to go and maybe a backup to that option, just in case you don't quite make the grade for your first choice. Now, commonly students will put maybe a university that's slightly higher entry. So say maybe they're aiming for 3A's equivalent or something like that, and their second choice may be a little bit below, just in case exam marks drop at all. So in
US that would be, if you're looking for a 4.0 but you come in with 3.6, so that kind of
Yeah, so it gives a little bit of flexibility and range through that process. For international students outside of medicine and dentistry, you can apply up until the end of June. So the 30th of June is normally the cutoff for international students through UCAS. And the things I tell students to look out for and counsellors to look out for are the many deadlines that are around decisions in UCAS. So the second option then is to apply direct to universities, and a number of universities in the UK have the option that you can apply straight to that university. Now that's great when you want to apply for very different courses, but more importantly, if you know where you would like to go and study. It doesn't stop you from making a couple of applications to different places. It gives you that flexibility, but it's just to be mindful that a direct application, you're going straight to that institution. There's no fees associated to that application. It's an online form, very simple to use and access. We just need your paperwork to assess your application. And sometimes the direct route is a little bit quicker. So for some institutions like our own, we try to make decisions quite quickly. In other universities, they may have slightly longer decision times. So the direct form sometimes can be a little bit quicker than these UCAS processes, where you may be waiting for all the offers to come in. You might get your offers quite quickly from the universities direct. Now, the third option is then the Common App. And a number of us in Wales now are part of the Common App with fee waivers to try and have another avenue for students to apply to us, particularly from the US. What we tend to find with the Common App is, again, that we're just asking for a little bit more paperwork from students. Sometimes the written essays will be okay for us to use as part of the assessment for why you're interested in your subject, or maybe it's relevant to the programme you want to study. Particularly in ours, we ask certain questions. Why Cardiff Met? Why you want to do your course? So we're trying to pull that information from you to save you having to submit anything else to us.
Thanks so much to Cardiff Metropolitan University for coming along today and telling us all this really useful and so interesting stuff about the university and the opportunities for students on that campus. As always, if you have any questions, you can contact me directly of Study in Wales through our social media channels or through the links that have been provided below this video. Thanks very much.